Hello, welcome back to match 2 in our combined Franz and I Blue-Black Reanimator League. We are 1-0.
Correct. Let's see what our next opponent is playing. We are on the draw.
Against Kuri Suslik.
I just stopped looking at my opponents. I was doing it for quite a while, but it was misleading sometimes. It also felt wrong sometimes, and I just stopped looking them up because it makes more sense to me to be able to play an unknown opponent well.
As tournament preparation.
Yeah, that's correct. Maybe if it's a smaller tournament, you can go around and peek at other players' decks. But for bigger tournaments like Eternal Weekend or something, you don't have this abilities. So, do we want to keep a one-lander? We got screwed.
I mean, we do have the Brainstorm and we have a natural draw. So I guess we have 4 looks at the land, or even 5. If we wait with the Brainstorm until the second turn.
Yep, I would keep it too.
I always looked up my opponents because I think the difference between 3 and 4 wins is really high if you get 1 chest or 5 chests. I just stopped doing it now after the hand surgery because typing is too much for the hand. Okay. Yeah, it was also.
Do you want to go for main phase Brainstorm to avoid Bowmasters, or do we think we have enough answers to Bowmasters in Daze and Force of Negation?
I think we have enough answers, and I guess we want to wait until the second turn. Because if we play now, we have like a 30% chance of losing the match, the game instantly if Brainstorm fails.
If you get Brainstorm locked.
Yeah.
Okay, great. What is this? Some kind of Death Shadow. Would be great. I played this deck a lot in Modern, like a lot of years ago. So now we have the Brainstorm, right?
We have to Brainstorm, right? Yeah. So actually it's funny because my first thought was Doomsday, but after seeing the Wasteland, I agree with you. It looks more like Death Shadow than Doomsday.
There's the Watery Grave.
How did you know this, Franz? Like I would never have thought.
I don't know. I think we have to.
Yeah, this is excellent because this is.
Yeah, because we can protect our land from Wasteland. Everything worked out just fine. Okay.
So the opponent is probably really annoyed. Wow. I think this will be a short match. Okay. So I guess we get rid of Atraxa and then we redraw, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. Atraxa will be put back. And then an Undercity Sewers, and do we want to Sewers into Atraxa?
Oh, right.
Might be the best play, right?
Yeah.
But I want to consider something here. I played Death Shadow in Legacy also, and from time to time they play Reanimate's main board because the card does a lot of things Death Shadow wants.
But they cannot play Reanimate this turn, right? So...
No, they can't. But maybe Undercity Sewing the Atraxa into the graveyard isn't the best play.
Okay, but we can still think about it, right? Because whatever we put on top of the Brainstorm, we draw anyways, so doesn't change. I mean, it's interesting line of thought, but I think for time reasons, doesn't really matter what we put on top of the deck. But that's a really good point.
I did not put the Atraxa on top.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a good point. Yeah, if they reanimate, so we should not go for the Undercity Sewers, but go for the Entomb. Right? Polluted Delta and then basic Swamp.
Yep.
to play around another Wasteland and a Daze. And I guess we always take Atraxa, right, with the Entomb.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe can you
So
mute?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you mute
what?
Magic Online? Maybe that gets rid of the strange sounds.
I don't know how to mute it.
I think you can just do it in Windows in the sound settings.
Yeah, I can't get. Yeah, look.
But now I don't hear you, or can you say something?
I think you hear me.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I hear you still.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah,
yes. Okay.
Because it's on a virtual machine. Okay, so we fetch for basic swarm, right?
Yes, and then Entomb. I still hear it. Maybe it is my fault. I will see if I have any open stuff. So I closed my Magic Online. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe it was my Magic Online.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't hear the sounds anymore. That's great. So we go for Atraxa, right?
Yes. That's maybe some weird feedback loop between the different... between like my input going into your speakers or something. So we play around Daze, I guess, by playing... This plays into Stifle. Do they play Stifle in Death Shadow?
I don't think so.
Okay. Ah, then they could Stifle Atraxa trigger anyways.
I would. So they force, we force back. Pitching the Borrower. They fetch. Maybe they have another spell pierce.
If in that case, do we want to emergency brainstorm? Ah, they emergency brainstorm, okay.
So we wait.
And now we have the option to brainstorm into Daze or into Force blue card. I think the odds aren't bad. No, I hear the sounds again, but now I don't understand it. Because your Windows is muted, my Magic Online is disabled.
I really don't get it neither. Okay, what do we want to grab? I think we want Force of Will. Probably Murktide. Okay, we just won.
Yeah, but it's really cool how you picked up Death Shadow from the...
And maybe it was just a super stupid guess because I did not think about Doomsday, but I think, I don't know, we could look up the video afterwards, but maybe I just said Death Shadow after they played the Wasteland. If not, it was probably a bad guess because I didn't think about Doomsday, but if I said it after they played the Wasteland,
then, yeah. But I mean, there is a book, I think it's, I don't know the name, but it was like, if you get a feeling that you get attacked in a bad neighborhood, then you should listen to your feelings because your intuition picks up stuff that your consciousness doesn't pick up. So maybe there was something in the timing, like main phase cycle, that tipped you off.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Do we want to...
So what do we want to do? Do we want to get rid of all our Dazes and Forces again?
Yeah, I think Daze isn't great against the Death Shadow. The question is, do we want engineered explosives to get rid of Death Shadow?
Yes, I think so. So we do it like that.
Yeah, this looks good. Is Dauthi Voidwalker? I guess it's always good, right? Can grab a Force,
yeah,
can grab a Thoughtseize.
Because it can also pressure their life total a lot after they were going for Death Shadow, because they tend to go pretty low pretty soon. And
right, and
Dauthi is
then
unblockable.
yeah, that's a good point.
Can backfire, but probably they will play their own Voidwalkers to block ours. I don't know. All right, looks like a keepable hand.
Yeah. And last turn, it was, I don't even remember, did the opponent fight about Brainstorm, right? So the opponent's playing really aggressively. I hope opponent doesn't do it again. Oh no, they take...
Yeah,
I mean, they could take Ponder and then Wasteland. But...
Yep, but it also gives us time to throw into something, and Tamiyo might be a threat. I don't know.
Yeah.
If they have answers for it. But it's to go into like echo mode. We can think about what their Thoughtseizes tells us. Like they choose Ponder, so it's probably they're going down. It's probable that they are going down the road you were talking.
The
like
Dazed Wasteland.
Wastelanding us.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the good thing is, otherwise the hand is excellent. So if we just naturally draw lands, then... And the opponent knows all the cards except that we have a second Tamiyo. So if they... So it seems like they are looking for something. Or they could pretend. Sometimes they want to go for like Death Shadow, and then they want to cycle anyways, and then they just pretend like they are looking for something. That's something that I sometimes do with Doomsday, where I think, well, I want to cycle Streetwave anyways, but let's just pretend I'm looking for the Force or something to send incorrect signals.
But they have a Shadow, obviously.
Or double Shadow, maybe even.
Yeah.
Oh, Tamiyo.
Would be interesting too. I don't know if they would play something like Kaito. Yep.
It's interesting that they play Tamiyo first.
I think we want to attack.
Yeah. Thoughtseize always feels bad into Tamiyo because of the clues, but I don't really see another option than Thoughtseizing. I mean, we could also Exhume and hope for the miracle Reanimate.
I mean, we could try, but I think we need to get some pressure off. Maybe they have more threats, and that's why I want to Thoughtseize. But maybe they just Daze it and grow their Shadow, Ponder and Thoughtseize.
I think to have any chance in this game, I guess you want to preserve the Entomb or not.
Yeah, I think Ponder could be anything, but anything can be something bad. So
yeah,
because also they lose life on Thoughtseize, and that grows the Shadow. And
right, yeah. So this as well.
I mean, Shadow always sucked because it has no evasion, and if we get down an Orcish Bowmaster, it could help us.
That's correct.
But what did they have in hand? They have so they can flip Tamiyo this turn by cracking the clue, which is also kind of bad.
If they have another land, yeah, with the Underground Sea, right?
But I think we should be favored on the play. I mean, it's a combo killer.
I guess they would like to play Surgical Extraction, right? Because it synergizes with Death Shadow.
Yep. Not going for the Tamiyo flip. Going for the beatdown.
Yeah, I guess this makes... Oh, we get the land.
What do we want to do?
I mean, we can
I
block...
think we don't attack, we block the Murktide, we put in the Bowmasters and hope for an Entomb Reanimate line next time.
Yeah, this sounds good. Because what's the Murktide?
I mean, if the Shadow doesn't grow, we could kill it. We could kill the Shadow by blocking.
Ah, this would be
which
nice
is also
as
not
well.
nothing.
Yeah, that's right. Or if they like brainstorm now or crack a clue.
So I think. What, do you want to patch for basic? No, probably not.
No.
Right?
I cannot imagine the game going long enough for them to like double wastelanding us where it matters. Now they can crack a clue to search for a Daze force.
Yep, they have some options here.
So the Murktide is what, a 6/6? It's hard to see with the resolution.
Yep, it's a 6/6, correct. Okay, they don't have anything. Let's hit the Shadow. Yeah, maybe if they just found another Street Wave, that would also be kind of devastating.
But then we get another trigger. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you think they have another yeah, no, we have a trigger for shooting and for crowing, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Actually quite nice.
So I think we play another Tamiyo to block once again and go for the Entomb. And then we have a Murktide the same size next turn.
Yeah, this is a good idea. I mean, we're quite far behind, but it's always interesting, like how close we can make it.
Do we want to Entomb main phase to not give them another two cards maybe if they draw? I don't know if they draw after.
Yeah, I think we want to Entomb now.
I mean, they can be scared of.
And I think the Underground see that we know they played out, right? And I guess you want the Archon?
Yeah.
Or do we want to
the
Atraxa?
Yeah, Archon is great because it gets rid of...
Also, they can sacrifice Tamiyo, and Atraxa can at least block the Murktide. So maybe Atraxa is better.
Yeah.
Ah, Archon flies as well.
Yeah, but Atraxa is for now bigger than the Murktide.
Ah, right, yeah. And Archon doesn't have Death Touch and Lifelink.
Well, I think we could still win this game if they don't draw anything too good.
Yeah, the problem is like
because
the number of bad cards in their deck, like they have like 4 Dazes, 4 Forces, except if they board it out. But it's still possible that they have bad cards, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think we have to sacrifice the Bowmasters, right?
Yes, I agree. I mean, you could also take the hit from Murktide and not go for Reanimate, but
I don't think that's a winning line.
With Ponder, Thoughtseize, Entomb, so this would be also a 6/6 Murktide.
Yep. Just blocks theirs to death. But if we draw a land, we can then deploy the Barrowgoyf the turn after we deployed the Regent.
And
So
they can
maybe
next
try to
turn, next turn they can get back the Sheldred's Edict with Tamiyo. That's also a problem.
True. Or actually, it doesn't help to redraw, to put a Murktide in play, right?
I mean, at
Because
least
it just dies.
it just dies, but Atraxa just dies as well, but at least gives us cards, so we should go. Okay.
Oi, we need the Reanimate.
So Reanimate means we lose 13 life, go to 2. Okay.
So if there's a Daze, game's over.
There is a Reanimate.
One turn late.
Wait, but we
maybe
lose, I think it's, we go to 9 and then we go to 2. Okay, and then we die, but maybe they down-tick Tamiyo for some reason.
Okay, put the Reanimate on top.
Make the opponent work for the win.
Yep. I think that's...
Ah,
I don't
opponent
think
can
the
grow the
Consign is
Murktide by minusing Tamiyo.
But it's still enough, right? Because Murktide isn't big enough.
I mean, then we get 7 damage, go to 8, go to 1 with
And then we go to
Atraxa, and then get attacked again. Ah, but wait, this means the opponent cannot get Sheldred's Edict next turn.
Yep, that's correct. But it would be kind of surprising if they don't have any answer for... I mean, they probably have Force Blue card or Daze or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean,
I can't
probably
imagine them having nothing. I need to put my upkeep stuff back. Let's see.
even Bowmaster would kill us here.
There's the force. Okay, so we can concede.
But it was a really
was
nice
game two,
sequence.
right?
Yeah, this was game 2, but it was a really nice sequence. I'm surprised how well you managed to nearly come back here.
We've been pretty far behind, but... Okay, the question is, if we want to force our combo through by putting back bases. But the problem is we didn't see any Grey Fate, right?
Yeah, and I think if they have Grey Fate, it's probably surgical. I'm not an expert, but I guess you want to grow. And I still hear the strange noises. Maybe it goes away if I shut down my microphone for a second.
I really do not know what this is. Okay, so I don't think there's any change we would like to make, right, Colin?
I mean, Engineered Explosives, I mean, didn't do something this game, but I think, yeah, I mean, we could, the Voidwalkers also didn't do, but it's results-oriented thinking.
Yeah, I think Engineered Explosives is great to answer their two biggest threats, which is Tamiyo and Death Shadow.
Yeah.
We have Brazen Borrower for their Murktides. We have also Voidwalker against their Murktides, especially on the play. And it's just another card they need to answer. And I think, yeah, we just keep it like this and resubmit. And hope for the second win in our combined league. Okay, yes, we want to be on the play. Always these sketchy hands.
I think I would mulligan it, because if we get Wastelanded, we lose the match. probably. Yeah, this is
This
stronger.
looks like a great hand. Do we want to get rid of the Murktide?
It could. And das noises. I mean, we could. We don't have a force to draw to, right? But Brazen Borrower, I mean, if they play Cage, then the Brazen Borrower will win the day here, but.
Yeah, that's why I would like to keep it. I think we have a threat in Voidwalker, which also answers their Murktide or whatever, and we have the combo, and we have a piece to get rid of their Gravehate, which might be or could be Craftinger's Cage. So
Okay.
that's why I would put back the Murktide. Also, you won't play the Murktide too soon.
Yeah, now we can also think about basic Swamp to play around them dazing. I mean, we could main phase Entomb now, and then next turn.
I don't know. That's the biggest. Yeah, I would main phase Entomb if I would not be scared of them having Reanimate.
Right. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, so let's. And are you scared of them having
I don't know.
Stifle?
I don't know.
Like, I think this will be.
We put this card into play.
Yeah. I just think this is some hardcore old school legacy guy with his old border cards and tattoos and his like force stifle.
Okay, what do we want to play around? Daze or Reanimate? I think it's
Daze.
right to play around Daze because they have 4 Dazes for sure and they do not have any Reanimate. So if we die to our own creature, that's fine. We could even Brazen Borrower it back in our hand.
Yeah, so maybe we get the Archon because it's more safer, or is it stupid?
It doesn't do that much damage if they reanimate it.
Yeah, but maybe that's because it's worse. So maybe this doesn't make sense, this reasoning.
So we can just put a Barrowgoyf in, so it's not too bad fast if they reanimate it. So I don't know. Let's just go for it.
Okay.
I mean, we are combo deck, right?
Yeah.
And it's always that's what I've learned from playing black red Reanimator is don't be scared.
I'm really scared. Oh, okay, it's a Thoughtseize.
That's unfortunate too.
But better than Reanimate. Also, I think we didn't see any Reanimate in the first.
No, we didn't.
2 games.
But if I were to play Dead Shadow right now, I would put in at least some Reanimates. Okay, so we go for the Voidwalker, right?
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm so scared of Reanimate. Now that you talked about Reanimate. At least with the Dauthi Voidwalker, we can keep them off Reanimate quickly.
There's the Daze. I was thinking about playing around Daze, but I don't know if that's correct.
I don't generally like to do it with like turn 1 and turn 2 plays, because especially on the play, the opponent is now quite far behind if they don't Reanimate. So they did have the Daze, so I guess it was correct that we played around Daze with the Entomb Reanimate.
Yep. Maybe it's rude, but yeah, it's still correct. Tamiyo. Also not bad.
Do we petty theft it, or do we play the Bowmaster?
I think we want to play the Bowmaster.
Okay. Problem is,
I don't like petty thefting Tamiyo.
Yeah.
He's not flipped.
The problem is they could have their own Bowmaster, so do we want to?
Yeah, that's right.
If we could also
I think
we could also have played it in response to the clue token, or we can just wait until they crack. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we need a gotcha moment. Maybe that's the moment.
Push, I think this is a good upkeep of the opponent, maybe. Push, and then if they brainstorm, be Bowmaster, right?
Yep.
Or now Bowmaster.
Should probably Bowmaster now, right?
Yeah.
And we have a Bowmaster for there. Okay. Point this. Oh. No, we have to. We make them.
Yeah, we put them down on low life, and we have to push for. The problem is, if we push Tamiyo now, we don't have to push for the Death Shadow.
Yeah, I think with Bowmasters in play, Tamiyo isn't too much of a threat.
Okay.
In my opinion. But
I mean,
let's see. Why are we down so many cards?
Yeah, Entomb, it's one card. And we mulligand. And we are on the play.
And then what is that?
I mean, Thoughtseize is 1-for-1 trade, but the Entomb is -1 card.
Yeah, but we have to. Damn. But I think we don't want to push here, right?
I mean, they cannot brainstorm really well. I think I would, and if they play the Death Shadow, we can still bounce it. But I'm not sure, you decide.
I do not push. I do not want to get dazed, and I do not want to have them. And we may take a brainstorm response. No, we just.
I mean, if they brainstorm in response, then they get Bowmastered. So they would need push and also the brainstorm. But yeah, the clues also get them up on cards. So we need some action soon here.
I mean, we have a lot of good draws. That's one
okay,
of
like this one.
Okay, do we want to attack first?
Yeah, I think maybe they want to play a Bowmaster. Ah, you want to not attack with the Bowmaster, okay. Because then they go to 9 and cannot reanimate our stuff so easily.
Let's see. Can only play 1 Daze. But they probably have possible. With that many cards. They do.
Yeah. It's a really fragile position here. Oh, wow.
Oi. Guess who's back? It's Atraxa. Back from the graveyard. Waiting to pay the cost. Petty theft.
I guess that's okay.
Oh. I guess we are back up on card.
Yes. Except if it's like 10 lands.
Okay. It's not another reanimation spell. That's kind of unfortunate. We do want a land.
And it's also unfortunate that we didn't attack with the Bowmaster, because now they can still have the threat of reanimating our stuff. But I guess, yeah, the Bowmaster is good, I think, because if they do have to reanimate, then we may be able to kill them by petty thefting their creature. And
I think we take a fatal push, right?
Yes, yes. Or we could, yeah, we already have a fatty to discard, yeah.
No, we can't discard. We don't have enough.
Ah, it's only 7. Okay. But we don't have
the... We win the game.
Yeah, I think this is enough. Yeah. Do we have a land drop?
Okay, do we want to Thoughtseize? No, I don't think so.
So I want to push now. Ah, Thougtseize also. Yeah, maybe Thougeize first and then push. Let's see if they do have a Reanimate or a Daze or something. But I think they don't have a Daze, right? Because they didn't Daze
they would have Daze.
the Reanimate.
Oh, they have a Daze. That's kind of funny.
This is strange. So Murktide Regent is kind of annoying. I mean, we can bounce it, but if they draw like a Thoughtseize, they can take our Brazen Borrower and then come back with the Murktide.
Yeah, I think Snuff Out hurts them pretty bad. The Daze, so we can push right now, or do we want to push and then re-push?
I think it's okay if you push next turn.
Okay, so we take the Murktide, right? It's the biggest threat.
I mean, what is their graveyard size? If we discard, let's say, a push or something, then...
If we discard a push, it's 4, they can fetch to 5 and play the Murktide as a 6/6.
Yeah, we don't want this. Yeah, I would discard the Murktide.
But at least they spend a lot of things on it, and they can push. If we take the push, they can brainstorm or draw any more cards.
Okay.
We have another Bowmaster.
But this turn,
and
yeah.
we have an answer in the Brazen Borrower for the Murktide already, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm scared of them drawing a Thoughtseize. Then we are just dead, right? If they have the Murktide.
Okay, so we take the Murktide. It's the biggest threat. I think it's a good conservative play. We can patch end of turn for the Undercity Sewers.
Yeah, because I think now we are so far ahead, or relatively ahead. It's kind of even, but a bit ahead. We have 5 cards, they have 4, that I think we can play it safe. But I'm really interested what our listeners say in the comments.
Yeah, let's check out what they wrote after the match. Saw the video. Okay, Tamiyo. I mean, the Brainstorm would be kind of annoying.
But at least we have the Bowmaster.
I always forget about the Bowmaster. Okay, there's the Polluted Delta. We knew about that. They go to combat, they create a clue token.
And maybe next turn we want to main phase the Bowmaster or not. Or just surprise it if they
get more damage through.
Yeah, because...
I think... they have their own Bowmaster.
Okay.
And they still have the Daze. That's probably the best thing we could draw would be land.
Yeah. I mean, we can surveil for a land. And we only have 5 minutes. And because Atraxa is in our hand... Okay, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 59.
Could get a kind of cranky in the end.
I mean, we can at least push and Bowmaster, so yeah, perfect. I guess we just push the Tamiyo, play the Bowmaster and attack to make it quick, right?
Yep. Do we want to go for a basic island?
I don't care. I think no. Or will this improve like
we can just keep it open. We can just keep it open for another Undercity Sewers.
Yeah. Be careful not to ping your own token. Why did it not trigger?
And
there's the trigger. It was hidden behind. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should put this over here.
Okay, 4 minutes. So let's attack. And I think we can 6 through the turn, right? Because they have Daze for our push.
Everyone push.
And they can, in their turn, push our Bowmasters and crack a clue.
Another Tamiyo.
At least we do have the 3/3. We have another Surveillant, right?
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know if it was
3 minutes 56. Murktide.
I think
it's good.
It's snuffed out.
But that's okay because they pay 4 life and die to the token. And we have to do it quickly.
So do we want to attack first?
Yeah, let's attack first. Three minutes 30. Could also push first. Maybe they force the push. But okay, it doesn't matter. We have no time.
I don't make it.
Yeah, just
I don't make it super big.
Okay.
Because it's just lethal.
Should be a 6/6, yeah. But we have to be quick. We have only 3 minutes. Click on the blue mana.
I did. So do you want to push the
Tamiyo? Push now. They cannot. I mean, they can brainstorm, but they cannot double clue. Next turn they could double clue to save it. Okay. Now 6 through their turn. And if they snuff out, they go to 4 and go to 1. And they have a lot of draws that cost life. We could even...
I mean, if they Brazen Borrower... Okay, they don't go for it.
Then we can replay it. And we can also just play Brazen Borrower as a flyer. Only loses to Bowmaster. And Brazen Borrower is even, we can even play around Daze.
Yeah, I think they will concede here.
Or they try to waste our time.
Let's have a look. There's the Reanimate. I told you so, Conrad.
Oh, right, yes. What are they reanimating?
No, that's not hard. They reanimate in Tamiyo.
Okay, so we win, right? Bounce Tamiyo.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it really pays off that you know this opponent's deck so well. I would not have thought about Reanimate. Man, this was a really cool match. Wow, nice.
Really great. We're like the Bayer Leverkusen. I don't know if you know the football club. Bayer Leverkusen of Magic Online, because they always win in the last few minutes or seconds of the game.
Ah, cool.
Okay. Thanks for your time, Conrad.
Thank you too. And see you later.